Greetings, peace and greetings. Etoy here, and thank you for tuning back into another show of Etoy. It's an experience where we talk about what is mental health and what does that look like. Today, I have a wonderful guest. She's very dear to my heart. She helped me through a tough journey. Um, like I said before, recently I became a sacred woman through Queen Afua's Rites of Passage program. And that literally changed my life. And I had her book from since 2017. I even met her back in 2017 with Queen Afua. And I also have bought about 5 books, not just for me, for my ex-husband as well. And she signed all of the books. And so as I was going through things in my life, I kept hearing my ancestors say, Queen Afua, go through her program, go through her program, go through her Rites of Passage program. And when I tell you, it's nothing short of amazement. It helped me dig so deep within myself to see what is it that I was holding on to, what is it that was holding on to me. It's it just reawaking the divine goddess in me. It helped me remember who I was, who I am, like as far as the rituals and the prayers and working with the herbs and the oils and the elements. These are things that I was doing in my life already, but when I had fell in my deep depression, I forgot who I was. And I want to say give thanks to Queen Afua for that, and give thanks for her team of practitioners. That was a segue to to let you know who I'm having today. Sacred woman practitioner, Katherine, also known as Empress Nuwba. This woman is so dear to me. She has an amazing story. She's going to tell you her story of her mud in the street life, and now as a sacred woman, as a healer, as a spiritualist, as a guide, things of that nature. She's just so awesome. But before I begin, I have to start with the prayer because we got to protect this thing. Okay. So we're gonna plant our feet to the floor, sit with our back straight, and we're just gonna breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. Breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. Breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. And as I breathe in all good, all positive energy. As I breathe out, I release all the negative energy, all the baggage that I have picked up throughout the day, throughout. And I just welcome in sweetness into my life. May my roads be sweet, my path be sweet. May the words be sweet, energy be sweet. May my heart be sweet. May my yoni seat be sweet. Mm. I give thanks to you, Most High, Most High. I humbly ask that you bless this conversation, you bless this podcast. Please give your children the words that say out our mouths to be able to convey the message that you want your children to hear. Also, Protect this podcast from any negative energy, from any onlookers, from any negative entities. Close the doors, close all portals. Do not let anything in. I give thanks to my ancestors. I give thanks to my Agun. I give thanks to my guides, my assigned guides, and my spiritual court. I say thank you. I give thanks to you. Thank you so much for making way for me. Thank you so much for providing for me. Thank you so much for guiding me. Thank you so much for healing me. Thank you so much for protecting me. Thank you so much for always reassuring me that everything is okay. All I have to do is just wake up in the morning and just live. And I thank you for that. I'm very grateful. I give thanks, 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 I give thanks. And may the words I say that come out of my mouth be healing. May I release all negative energy and all baggage that may be trying to stop me from doing anything that I'm supposed to do, for me doing God's work. And I want to say thank you in advance for providing this opportunity and this platform to be able to heal myself and heal others on this journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ashe, 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 ashe. Oh. Give thanks. I give thanks. I give thanks. I give thanks. I give thanks. Yes. So we're gonna jump right into it. I don't want to waste too much time. And normally I give a long prayer. I have a few words. But there is one thing that I want to say before I jump into it. I want to talk about trust. My guides and my ancestors and God is always saying, trust. You have to trust. Everything is all right. Everything is in accordance to plan. And they will always say, you don't trust because you was hurt. You was hurt by humans. Trust spirit. Live in a spirit. Spirit can never hurt you. So I want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for all of those that is helping me on my journey. Thank you to God and thank you to my guides. So let's jump right in it. I want to introduce the one and only sacred woman practitioner, Katherine, Empress Nuwba. I have to say thank you to this woman because we cried together, we prayed together for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. She did energy readings on me. She told me what baths to take at what time. Told me so much encouraging words, and she was a very intricate part on my healing, on my journey. So without further ado, let's give it up for sacred woman
Greetings,
practice,
peace
Katherine,
and greetings.
Empress Nuwba. Hello,
Greetings.
hello, 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 hello. It is such a pleasure to have you. I'm so thankful for you. I'm so thankful for you. I'm so grateful for you. Before we begin, I just have to say thank you. And I
I'm
remember
grateful for you.
thank you. I said this when we was on during our rites of passage, and you was my leader, you was my guide, you was my practitioner, and still are. You still are. When you told us your story, when you told us your story, um, I said, okay, I'm in the right place because there's nobody that can help me heal and help me on my journey if they haven't been through it too. So we had
Yeah.
already clicked when we already clicked, but it just was like, wow, she has a story. So, us going moving forward, I'm like, no, she has to be on my show. Other than her being my practitioner, she has to tell her story because you have a beautiful story of where you started and where you are at now. So I know who you are. Can you please tell the people who Empress Nuba is?
Well, greetings, peace and greetings, family. My name is Catherine Guerrier, sacred practitioner. Catherine Guerrier, Empress Nuba. I grew up in Boston. Hmm, um, that's where my childhood began. Um, Right now, I'm in heavily into the healing work. I do a lot of energy readings and practitioner work, and I'm still on my spiritual journey. I'm still healing. I'm still growing. I'm still becoming. So
Yes,
yes,
because the journey never stops, right?
no, it never
The journey,
stops.
the journey just keep going. Um, how about you tell us, uh, how did you get to this journey? You know, I don't. I you see that I didn't say anything. I want you to drop that. You know, I could have said what you did in your past, but I really want you to tell that story, so that the people that's walking in that shoes can hear it from you. And what I also want to say is, this is a safe space. I've had many a shows where we all cried together, and you know we always nervous. But as Queen says, telling our story is our medicine. So
Yes.
you looking beautiful in your yellow and your yellow dress and your yellow background. You got your solar plexus energy going while my background is yellow. So this is a safe
Yeah.
space. I really would like for you to dig deep into that and tell your story.
Well, if we start at the beginning, it started. My mom passed when I was 15. I emancipated myself, and I was
Mm,
taking care of myself as a teenager. I emancipated myself at 16. She died when I was 15, so
mm,
I was on my own.
mm,
Um, my my the reason why I had emancipated myself is because I had my stepfather was like sexually abusing me.
mm,
So, and they was striving to put me in different foster cares and stuff. So I had to learn how to live on the streets. So in that process, I became a drug dealer, a dancer. You know, I learned the hard way through life. It was a tough road, and to the point that I was also killing myself and not even realize it. With doing the drugs, smoking weed, and doing all the stuff on the streets, I had grew fibroids that was killing me.
mm,
And I used to drink every day just to be able to dance. It was a different side of me that I had to become. I had to become something
mm,
else in order to do that job.
mm,
So as I as I was hurting myself and killing myself along the way, there was just an angel that came into my life. This gentleman who saved my life, and
mm,
he's my divine mate. And I wouldn't go to the hospital. I wouldn't go to the hospital. He tried to tell me about Queen of Four and all this stuff. It was already too late because my fibroids was pushing out of me like I was hemorrhaging, and I had like 10 pounds in me. It was pushing out itself like I was it was a baby. So he had brought me to the hospital as my friend multiple times, and every time I got to the hospital, it was like, "You just saved your life." Like,
mm,
if he didn't bring me there, I would have died because I was losing
mm,
so much blood. So finally, I'm listening to about Queen of Four and like trying to heal the fibroids. And one thing the doctors don't tell you that they're gonna go back if you continue with the diet.
mm,
So since I from then he was already a vegetarian when I met him, and his story's pretty funny. He would say, he was like, "You're not gonna be with me eating all those poisons, those chickens and stuff, but I'm gonna have patience with you." But finally, I got used to it. I got rid of all the beef, and I got rid of all the steak, and I got rid of
mm,
all everything that was poisoning me, and it brought
mm,
me here. But the challenges on the road with the selling drugs, that was years. Doing dancing, that was years. It took me years. It took time. It wasn't like I became a sick woman in 5 minutes. It took years. It took years of practice. It took years of cleaning myself up and cleansing myself, teaching myself brand new habits. It took a
Mm.
lot of time and it took process because it took process for me to get off the meat. It took
Now,
and just stop feeding my fibroids and get off the pasta and all that stuff. So I'm still healing, even though I don't eat that food anymore and stuff like that. It's still an emotional process that you got to heal from just you got to unlearn everything you learned in that game in that school. Like me
yes.
growing up on the street, it's like everything I was taught, it's not true. I had to
Mm-hmm.
unlearn everything because I never thought I was special, and I never thought like I didn't have a high self-esteem because I was by myself. I always felt like I was by myself, but now I know I was never by myself with my ancestors here. I was never alone. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so
I wanna talk. I wanna go into because I mean, when we met you, we like, what? A stripper? What? A drug dealer? What? Who is this person here? I want to go to and what did you do first? Was you a stripper first? Well, would you like to call it a dancer or a stripper?
exotic entertainer.
Okay, right. So,
Yes,
was you not an entertainer or a drug dealer at first?
I was a drug dealer at first.
Okay,
So
what
I
age
was
did that start?
that started at about 15. 15.
Wow.
And I did that until I was 18, and then I became a dancer because I didn't want to go to jail like a lot of my fellow friends that went to jail for it. I didn't want to go to jail. So I decided to
Okay.
dance instead, do something legal, but you know, yeah. But I
How was
also
how was that? How was your mental like? I because this is a mental health podcast, and I want to get into how was you living, how was you surviving? Because there was some stories that you told me, and I said, no, this story has to be told. You know, when you was going through certain things, like how did you cope with it? How did you get out of it?
uh drinking.
Mm,
When I was the only thing that when I was dancing, I had to be out of my right mind all the time. All the
mm,
time. I never ever was with myself. It was like it was always a drug or alcohol because it wasn't something I could do sober and actually get up on that stage and do that. I had to kind of get on their level in there. Everybody's in there
mm,
drinking, everybody's in there partying, so I had to be on their level. If I was sober, I couldn't do it. I can promise you that. Right
mm,
now, if I think about it now, I mean, I respect her, and I'm glad that this happened in my life for the growth and the journey that I had to take. Because if I didn't go through any
mm-hmm,
of that, I wouldn't even be the woman that I am today. You know?
mm, mm. Wow. Whew. And you said you met your king. You met your
Yes,
king there, right?
yes. You know,
Thank
I
God
met
for
him
him. How
there.
long was you an exotic?
About for like 8 years. Yeah, 8 years. That money is kind of
Okay.
addicting, because you making so much money. You go work for a regular job, you're
Espe-
not making $400 a day or something like that. I was
and I
making something.
know, and you didn't want to show your pictures, and I must say, no homo. That's what the kids say, no homo. Your body was all kapow, no stomach, flat. I'm like, what the hell? What the? So I know the money was addictive. I know the money was coming to you. Like I just know that. But
Yes,
that is the part that was so refreshing because it was like, here is this woman that I would have never thought that would be had that part of her life. to be able to help me and and heal me. And people need to hear that. I know you're a little nervous. I'm trying to pull out the
You're breaking up a little bit, beloved.
information out of you.
Yes.
But people need to really hear your story and hear what you've been through,
I can't. I
because it's
missed you.
like
Yes.
Queen of Fool said, is your medicine. It's your
Yeah.
medicine. To tell like certain what was the point of your life when you had a scary moment? Scary moment. We're gonna work with this. I don't know what something about this house. I have Verizon Fios. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this internet. Don't like me or stream. In your in your life when you was going through the mud, when you had a scary moment.
It was like hmm, when I was selling drugs before I started dancing. The scary moments was always
You
being.
heard me?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? We breaking up? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
I can hear you.
All right.
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
So yes, I say. Um,
Yes.
when in the beginning, like when I first started selling drugs, my scariest moments was, and before that, it was the sexual abuse, because I wasn't smart with because my mom died so young, and when I emancipated myself, I had to go through the trauma of like with different men, and they would try to like sexually abuse me all the time. So I had to bury that trauma. I had to bury that and be strong, and that was like scariest moments all the time because I couldn't trust men, and I couldn't
Mm,
trust women either at that time,
mm,
especially when I was young. It was
mm,
very hard. I had a very tight little circle, and just I was on my own. I had my own place. I had everything at 16. I had my own place since I've been 16. I've been on my own since I've been 16.
mm-hmm,
I went to school. I paid my way through school. I still tried to, be the best I can be, even though I wasn't being the best I could be. But I still paid my way through school, and got my education. I mean, it's a, whew, I'm trying to
let it
think.
go. You gotta let it out. This is what we're here for. We're here to talk about your story. Stop
There's
holding
so
it
much.
in.
There's so much that I don't know where to begin. And that's
You can
that's
start
the
with
problem.
one. Start in the middle. Don't be nervous. Just let it out.
In the
We're here
middle.
to hear your story.
In the middle. Which part would you like for me to talk about?
Whatever
To
one that comes
trigger
to
my
first
liver.
mind to you. Whatever one that comes first
Um,
mind to you.
let's see. Wow. So much. I don't even know where to begin. We talking about the trauma,
Yes.
the the mental trauma. I think I'm still healing from that.
What
And
trauma?
just still to like when my mom passing at the time that she did, and my stepdad sexually abusing me.
Mm.
um I think that
I want to stop right there because I want to help you out. I want to help you out because I can relate to a stepdad abusing you, sexually abusing you. Now, because I see you because I know already know you're nervous. So I see you stumbling because I get it. But it's okay because this is a safe place. So I'm going to talk about something. I'm going to let something off my chest. And this has something to do, same thing with you. Stepdad sexually molesting me. When I was about 2, 3 years old, and every time I tell this story, one of my friends, he said, "Wow, I can't believe you can remember that." I said, "Because it was so detrimental in my life. It was my mother's boyfriend, and he used to sexually molest me, and I used to always tell my mother about it, and she would pay no mind. She still would go out and do her thing. So there was when it first started to happen. We was living on Vanderveer, and I was a baby. I was young. My grandmother died, which is her mother. She died when I was 4 years old. When we was living on Vanderveer, I was two, and you know how when couples spoon, so the woman will be in the front and the man will be in the back. And this is a grown person's show, so you know when you with your mate, he'll put his penis between your legs, and y'all spooning and y'all sleeping, all night. So my mother she had me in front of her, so his penis is between her legs, and his tip of his penis is touching my behind. And me at 2 years old didn't feel comfortable with that. They in the bed naked, and whatever like that. So I scoop to the front. He pulls me back. I remember that in my mind. Now we going further. Now they moved from Vanderbilt. Now we living on Schenectady Avenue. So she used to always leave him with me. Will leave me with him. And I remember I had a Smurf canopy bed. Remember the canopy beds back in the days? I had a Smurf one, and I loved that Smurf bed. And when she used to leave to go out and run the streets and do her thing, he would have his penis in one hand and his belt in another hand. And if I didn't do what he said to do with his penis, he would beat my butt. So I'm always telling my mother what he's doing and asking her not to leave me, and she was into her own world. She didn't care. And it was just one time when I was like, "Mommy, please." She was going out. They had an argument. She was going out, and I was like, "Mommy, please take me with you. Take me with you. Take me with you." She was like, "No, Itoy, I got to go." So she left. So now I'm in my room and I'm playing with my toys. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, today's a good day. He ain't do nothing yet. So he got a deep voice, and he called me Itoy. So he called me to the living room. So back in I think it was Sports Illustrated. When or was he watching looking at Sports Illustrated? I know it was sport. I just remember seeing Sports Illustrated, that magazine. But he showed me a couple laying on the floor having sex, and he said to me, "This is what we're gonna do later." Mind you, I'm about 3 or 4 years old. Three or
Yeah.
four years old, and he telling me this is what we're gonna do later. He done did everything else to me. So the next step is to stick his penis in me. So I walk back to the room and I'm nervous. Oh God. I walk back to the room and I'm nervous and I'm scared because all I'm thinking about is this big old thing, and I'm little and he's tall, skinny, and he got this deep voice and he got this big old thing, and and I'm just like, all I could imagine is him laying me on the floor doing that to me. By the grace of God, my mother must have, God, spirit, somebody must have said, "Get your ass back to your daughter," because my mother came in the door about 15 minutes later. Thank God. After that time, my cousin Miles came over, and I didn't remember this part, but I seen him like 20 years later, and he was the one that brought up how my mother's ex boyfriend used to molest me, and he said, and I couldn't remember how I got away from Miles. And he said, I remember I came over there one day and you was running around the house butt naked. And I got you dressed and I took you to Brownsville to your grandmother Katherine's house. Hint, hint, your name is Katherine. So with that being said, I always used to say to myself, what would I do if I was to see him? I used to always have these fantasies about getting him hurt, beat up real bad, me beating him up real bad, because I was in pain. But now that I went through that rites of passage, I'm in a whole different, mind from a whole different energy. So he a couple of months ago, he started following me on Instagram. And he's liking all my pictures going all the way back to 2019. And that was my chance to write my letter and tell him how I feel. And I aired his behind out. And I cried and I threw stuff all over the place and I was banging on the table because there was so much anger and so much frustration in me. And I already had mother wounds, issues with my mom's, and it just brought up more anger with my mother because you knew what this man was doing to me and you allowed this. And then every time I talk about it, oh no, because if I see him, I'm going, and it's just like you could have took care of that when it was going on, you know.
Yeah.
So I
I,
get it.
yeah, my mom didn't believe me when I told her about my stepfather. And she passed away like that. I mean, she passed away and she didn't believe me, and then also, my aunts used to say to me, you slept with your mother's husband. I'm 9 years old. I'm 9 years old. How can I
Oh
sleep with
man.
my mother's husband? So that right there, that's a definite blockage. My aunt, she's passed away, but they told me that that's one of the reasons why I emancipated myself, because I was like, I'm not going with none of you. You think that I would
Mm,
sleep with a grown man? Like I had choices? They blame me for that. They blame me for my mom's marriage ending. They blame me for, they thought I came on. A little girl came on to a grown man. I couldn't believe it. And
wow.
my Yes.
It's
So
funny how they. Hmm.
that's a lot of healing from, like, you have to deal with that. Your mom don't even believe their own child. And you know what? As I've been working with children all these years, a child ain't gonna lie. A child ain't
Right.
gonna lie about something like that.
That's
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 some
a fact.
trauma. That's some trauma that my mom was going through and my aunts was going through. A child ain't gonna lie about something like that.
Hmm.
Where they gonna get it from? Where they gonna
Right.
get it
Right. I get it. So when your mom's passed, that's when you went into selling drugs.
from? Mm-hmm.
How did
For
that
two.
happen? How did that transition happen?
Friends that wanted us didn't want to see me just sleeping on the streets. They taught me the game. And my best friend, still today's day, Pamela, she she protected me out there. And my one of my best friends, Monique, she knew that my stepfather was she was like kind of like a little girl, like a super shero. Like she did, because she
Mm,
got molested by her foster parents, and so she protected me because I was just a couple of years younger than her. It's like I had some sheros. The street, like a lot of people on the streets were my family before my family. They protected
I
me
get it.
out there.
I get that. I totally understand that. I
So
totally understand that.
it became my familia for life. So it's like I'm close to my sister. I'm very close to my little sisters right now, my younger sisters. But yes, right, that's at her house right now, my sister's house.
That's just sister
Yeah.
house.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
how
she's
long
still
ago
with
was this?
her. Ooh, I think I was 23, 24. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
All that sass and that pizzazz. You better get ahead with your bad self.
23, 24, something like that. I know if my sister's watching, she's like, "That's my house." That's she's.
So I want to talk about when you said you met your husband as an exotic dancer.
Hmm.
I want to talk about that transition when you almost died. You didn't go into too much detail, but off camera with me, you went into detail. You have a beautiful story because
Well,
I know you're nervous, but it's
how
okay.
I
This is a
almost
safe
di-
space.
how I almost died. Like I had fibroids, really, and they were very, very bad. That I was hemorrhaging, but I refused to go to the doctor. And my sisters used to always call me, be like, I come down for the holidays, and I would hemorrhage through the mattresses and stuff. And I try to clean it up, but I
Mm,
don't get it up good because it goes through the mattresses. So
mm,
they was like, "You, can we set up an appointment with you to go to the doctor?" I would never go, never, never go, because the reason why I was afraid of the doctors is because the hospitals had killed my mother. So
mm,
they had, she had cancer of the rectum. They said that she had a disc in her back. She didn't have a disc in her back. It was cancer was big as a grapefruit. So they opened her up and let it spread through her body and killed my mom. You know,
mm,
and ever since then I've been afraid of hospitals. That's why I let my fibroids get that bad. I just thought it was normal for me to have a menses for 2 to 3 weeks. Sometimes it was a whole month that I had my menses, and it was just
wow.
so much, and then I would lose so much blood that I would have to get blood transfusions. I would lose so much blood.
Mm,
One time, I was going to work one day, and my mate was bringing me to work, and I was curled over in the seat. I was like, just give me 8 Advil. Let me take Advil for the pain. And he seen me turning blue, and he was like, I'm taking you to the hospital. I was like, if you take me to the
mm.
hospital, they're gonna keep me. And he was like, I know they're gonna keep you. I have to take you to the hospital because I can't have you die on me. If he didn't bring me to the hospital,
Well,
I would have
thank
died.
God.
I would have died.
Wow.
Um, they
Wow.
kept me. He stayed with me, and he helped me. I had to get surgery. I had to get him removed. They had to up my surgery. I had him laserly removed because then they wanted me to get a hysterectomy, and I didn't want to lose my uterus. He had
Mm,
convinced them. It was like he said that, is there any way can do this surgery without taking her uterus out? And it was like, oh, they
mm.
had other options, but the first thing they'll tell you is hysterectomy. And
Right.
then by the time I got the queen, I could have did it with the clay. I could have did it naturally. It was because the reason why it was growing so much is because what I was feeding it, was the drinks and all that stuff, and alcohol feeds it,
Do you want to
pasta.
talk? Yes. I want you to
Yes,
talk about that and like enlighten the women on our womb. You as a practitioner,
the
enlighten the woman
things
on our womb.
the
Mm-hmm.
things that I was feeding it. Okay, fibroids. If you really like, I had they grew back for a second time because I went back to eating certain things. I didn't eat meat. So once I had this surgery in 2012 and they removed them, they came back 4 years ago. And I did not and they made me think that I was pregnant because of it was making me look like I was pregnant. But
Mm,
they grew back because the doctors won't tell you that it's starch that feeds them. It's dairy that feeds the fibroids. It's white
mm-hmm.
flour. It's white rice. It's coffee. It's white pasta. And
Everything
just the
white,
thing.
huh?
Listen, I was a big fan of Spanish rice. I used to get Spanish, and
Woo!
Spanish rice and beans, and I'm Haitian, so I love rice and beans. But we as black women can't eat white rice. And plus and the reason why we can't eat white rice is because they bleach it. By the time it gets to us, they done took all the nutrients off the rice. By the time it gets by them bleaching it, takes away all of the fibers in the rice. So if I do eat
Mm-hmm.
rice, I eat like wild rice, or I eat black rice.
Mhm.
Everything white is not good for us. White sugar,
Mhm.
white flour, all of it.
Mhm.
It's not. It's not, and it feeds the fibroids. And then a lot of our women like vodka, and I know that.
Mhm.
And I used to drink vodka. That's white potatoes. Potatoes also feed
Mm.
fibroids,
Mhm.
so they just keep
And
growing
I
and growing.
love potatoes.
Yes, but you can have red potatoes, which is alkaline. You know,
Mhm.
you could still have your potatoes, but it can't be the white potatoes. But yeah, I didn't know that they grew back, and once I had them removed, and I didn't know that by just your eating habits, you're feeding it. You're feeding
Mm.
this system in your body. You're feeding this thing that's growing in your body.
Mm. Mm.
And
I, I just want to. We have some people online. Um, like I said, because I cannot see the comments on here live if it's on my personal page. StreamYard didn't upgrade their system yet, so I like to always go back and forth. So we have CC married to my best friend. We have Glenn PG Music. Thank you. We have Michelle Burgers. Thank you. We have Toya. Thank you. She was on last week. Cece's a sacred woman, by the way. She attended when I did.
I
So give
say,
thanks, give thanks to CC and PG. We gotta give a shout out to Pretty Good Music. Make sure y'all check him out. Thank you so kindly for all the support. Yes, 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 yes. I have to just have to say thank you to them. Yes. So that was your transition from leaving the exotic dancer alive.
hmm
Okay.
my
So
transition, my transition is, you know, my king was teaching me about. He brought me actually to Sacred Woman, and teaching me about
God
the
bless
healing.
him. You know,
And
I was telling somebody just yesterday, today, um, about doing man heal thyself. Hint, 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 doing
yes,
man heal thyself. It's a beautiful program. Your king is ascending now, right?
hmm yes,
Yes. Man heal thyself. So go ahead. You said your king brought you the sacred woman.
yes, and I when I first got to Sacred Woman, I was so angry at my mother. I
Mm,
I've been traveling through this whole time, all these years. I hated her for this. I hated her for just leaving me. I hated her for not believing me. I hated her, and just carrying around all that baggage all that time. I had to learn how to just let it go and forgive.
mm,
I had to forgive her because
mm.
she didn't know any better,
Can
and
you
I can't.
tell? Can you tell the audience what does holding on to pain do to you?
Holding on to pain creates disease in your body.
Mm,
It creates blockages in your body that you don't even know.
mm,
It's like it's like, let me see if I can find the right words. Holding on to just it feels like you carrying a whole bunch of
oof.
baggage, and you just been carrying it for years. It's just you get, the more you get hurt, the more weight you're carrying. More every time something happens, you just piling on that pain, until you have to release it. You have to That forgiveness part is for real. You have to forgive all the things that happen, because if you don't, you're gonna keep carrying it. You're gonna keep carrying it, and you gotta release it.
Yes.
I take myself.
How mm-hmm. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead. Ask a question.
I was going
How?
to ask, how would you advise somebody to heal the baggage, to let go of the baggage?
Oh, that's gonna take step by step. Like, First, start off with meditation and prayer. Like for me, I say my private prayers to myself at most of the time at the ocean and when I first wake up. You know, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you got to ask yourself is how you doing. I have to say, how you doing, Cat, today? So I
Mm,
don't create no new baggage. You got to say, how you doing today?
mm,
And if you
mm,
are feeling like I'm not feeling all that great, you know, play some music that'll uplift you. Do anything to uplift you to get you out of that mode.
mm-hmm.
You know, the sacred baths, but the ocean is my healing. You know, I leave everything at the water. I release and I say my prayers at the water and I just release it all at the water. You just gotta have some place to just speak. Speak because spirit will hear you. Spirit will hear you and you can release it. You can release it, but it doesn't happen all in one day. It doesn't happen as fast as we
Yes.
like.
It
It happens
it
in spaces like I'm lost for words tonight. It happens in spurts, but
mm-hmm.
but it doesn't happen all at once. And I know a lot of
For
people. I'm still healing. I'm still healing. It's a journey. I'm still healing from all this. I'm still healing.
I just really want to just give a shout out to your king for you because not for nothing, if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't be here right now.
Nope.
See, you not going into the details like how you was telling me we was off camera, but I'm going to help you out a little bit so people can
Okay.
understand who you are. Because I know you're nervous. I know you're nervous, and it's okay. Because you're camera shy. It's fine. I want to give a shout out to your king for seeing something in you. He met you as a dancer. He met you as the cat in the lower vibration. You know, was selling drugs. You was in that street life. You was doing what you had to do to get where you had to get and to protect yourself. You was in a whole different mind frame. You was eating differently. But he
Yeah.
looked at you and he saw the woman that God created you to be. Kudos to that man for saying, that's my queen. She's not a She's not a drug dealer. She's a queen. And I could take her and I'm going to show her who she is.
He sure
Now
did.
look at you.
He did.
You feel me? Like he saw you and just was like, that's my lady. That's my queen. Saved your life. He rushed you to the hospital. You like, I don't want to go because they're going to keep me. He like, I know. He saved your life more than one time.
Yes, he did.
He saved your
He
life
did.
more than one time. He saved you from the street life, being a drug dealer and exotic dancer. And he saved you from those five boys. Those five boys was killing you. And what did he
Yeah.
said? Him as your king, he said, you being with me, you not gonna eat like that. It's normal woman that'll say to the man, yo, you gotta change, you gotta fix yourself up. You gotta change your diet. You ain't gonna be with me eating like that because whatever you eating, you gonna put into my womb. And he's saying to
Yeah.
you, his queen, you can't be with me eating like that. And look at you now. Now you're doing now you're doing uh uh um a detox program
Mm-hmm.
called at the Emerald Scarab.
Scarab, emerald scarab. Yes.
Emerald, yeah,
21 days
the Emerald Scarab,
scarab.
the Emerald Scarab. I know why my words are just jumbled all over the place right now. So it went from, you see how God will take your negative and turn it into a positive.
Yes.
What almost could
Yes.
kill you was going to make you who you are. Now you're teaching people how to eat. And you also was telling me you was making a program for me for the root chakra. Like, you know how to heal people with eating
Yes.
foods just for the root chakra.
Yes.
You understand what I'm trying to say? So
Grounding.
you're, it's such a beautiful journey. Like, you're so humble with it, and I'm trying to get you to just pour out of it, because your journey is amazing. It's such amazing how you just can lay healing hands. And I also like to talk about your baby, if that's okay.
Yes. That's okay. My
Now
foster daughter.
you're now you're a foster mother.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you. So it's just
Yeah.
like we don't give each other our flowers while we're here. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you to your king for taking care of that environment, because if it wasn't for him doing that, I don't know what practitioner I would have been. With me and you on the phone talking for hours and hours, and you opening up and I'm opening up, and we on the phone 4 o'clock in the morning for prayer every Sunday.
Yes.
And we
Yes.
doing our thing, and it's really a beautiful journey. So this is where everybody can go for the detox. Do you know about the detox?
Yes. The Team Believe 21 Day Veg Camp. Right at the bottom, as you can see, that's where you can register. It starts tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Yes.
Do you want to go into details of what will be taking place during the 21 days?
We're gonna go through the first 7 days. We're gonna go through the all seven chakras. We're gonna go through the root chakra all the way to the crown chakra. That's the first 7 days. And then we're going to go through meditation, and we're going to have sound bowl healing. And we're going to have um, I think we're going to have 9 meal preps and three Zoom videos of how to learn how to make certain meals. Yes. And unlimited uplifting and meditation and learning about the stones that go with each chakra and how to ground yourself with each chakra. So it's a fulfilled, great detox, and I'm ready. I'm ready to do it because I'm going to do it right with everyone else, and I love it. We're going to be together. It's mind, body, spiritual wholeness.
Mm, it's it sounds beautiful. Mm. Do you team believe?
Team believe.
Because you're doing so much amazing things. This is your time. This is about you right now. Talk about team believe. Talk about the things that you are doing. We spoke about the how you what you went through in the past. Let's talk about the positive things that you are doing right now.
Well, right now I'm studying finance. I'm studying crypto. I'm learning everything I can learn about finance. I'm right now presently with Wealth Builders Worldwide, and they're teaching me so much. I am learning how to um, build my assets. I have quite a few assets right now, and I'm changing my fiat into gold, and I'm learning a lot about it. And I'm making money. I'm making money because I'm making money in 9 different ways. It's kind of hard to explain without my sponsor, but it's like I have I have investments in real estate, and I have investments in a lot of coins right now, and I'm on the exchange.
Mm,
So they're making
mm,
money from me as like just being on the blockchain, just sitting there, just as how the
mm,
bank gets interest, my money gets interest. It's like I'm my own bank right now. They're teaching me how to be my own bank, which I'm loving this.
mm. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
and I've been with them
That's
since
beautiful.
January.
We need
January.
that link. How let me write You said you've been with them since January,
January 4th. Yes.
and
And
obviously you must be doing amazing because you're still there.
yes, I'm not going nowhere.
Okay.
I'm not going nowhere. I
Because
like I like
you
I like I like the
you've
money
been
I
telling us
see.
since
I couldn't
you've been
tell you
telling us
until after
since
you
you
had said
got
it.
there.
Yeah. Oh man,
You said
yeah.
what?
I said I couldn't
I
tell
couldn't
you.
hear you. You said what?
I couldn't tell you until after you ascended. But yeah, I've been yeah. It's been great,
Yes.
and I've been seeing my assets of stack, and I'm mining in different countries. It's like I'm excited. It's like big. Actually, it's like the metaverse is like a big video game. Like it's like, but you're making money out of it. You're making real money. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
making money in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a lot. It's worth a lot of money. So I get paid in Bitcoin, and then I can exchange that to whatever coin I want, and I can buy whatever I want, and I can
Mm.
put in whatever assets. See, I'm going to be making money. See, the wealth builders worldwide is making money for life. They're building up our community to make money for life. It's not just today. It's not tomorrow
Mm.
when the stocks go down. That's why they teach you how to get your assets. That's what the bank won't teach you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not something
Okay.
that the community teaches us at all either, because we don't get to learn finance. That's not something that we learn in school. They don't have it in school unless you
Right.
choose for that. And I'm loving learning finance. I this is I know I'm learning about health, and that's going to be a forever school for me. But that finance, I'm heavily engaged in that. I'm very happy about the outcome.
What?
I'm
Tell us
like this.
about Tell us about GS Partners. More about GS Partners, just in case anybody would like to know or sign up. Where can they be reached? Like, where? How can they sign on? Do you have that information so I could put it up on the
Um,
screen?
I can send you my link. I can send you my link.
Well, how about this? We could go to commercial break
Okay,
if you like, and then while you do that, you can get the link because we getting ready. Get up out of here in a few minutes, and
okay.
you could talk about GS9 and and all you're doing with
Or
that, and
G99
where can they
coin.
and you could give them detail like how I used to get G9 coins. I said GS9. I'm thinking about something else. G99 coins, and you said wealth builders. I thought it was GS
Worldwide.
partners. Is that where I get partners from?
It
G
is
okay,
GS
worldwide.
Partners. It
Okay.
is GS.
See?
Yes, it's GS
Okay,
Partners.
okay.
Gold
Okay.
Standard Partners.
All right. No problem.
GS Partners. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna be back in about 60 seconds. We
Okay.
have Sacred Woman Practitioner Catherine, aka Empress Nuba. You didn't tell us how you got that name because you're a part of the Nuwapian Nation as well. See, she's a
Yes.
heavy hitter.
Yes.
She's
Yes.
very humble. She's very humble. She's not talking about her whole journey. I'm trying to pull it out, but you know what? We're gonna have the
I can
Circle
add that.
One Sacred Sisters up here in a couple of weeks.
Mhm.
So maybe we can be able to pull it out of you a little bit more when we do that show. Okay, but yes, she's gonna come back. She's gonna talk about her being a part of the Wapian Nation, and she's gonna give some more detail about cryptocurrency and the GS partners and wealth builders and how she's mining in different all of this money and give us some tips because you the one that kept saying money is nothing. This paper ain't nothing. I'm trying to teach y'all something. This paper ain't nothing. This nothing. Everything is changing over and we got to change with the times. That was you that said that. You so humble, right? But
Yes.
you was mama, you was whipping that lash on us about getting with the times about this cryptocurrency. So I want to say thank you so kindly for that. So we'll be back, you know, in about 60 seconds.
Okay. I say I wasn't able to send the link.
It's okay. You could tell it to me, and I could put it up on the banner so people can know where they can look, where they can, if they want to sign up for it. So what's the link or the
um, it's www goldrocks.info.
is
If you want to watch
WBW or WWW?
www.goldrocks.info. Yeah. www.
WBW.
No, it's www.goldrocks.info. I'm sorry. Ooh, I'm nervous. Yes. Let me see if I can fit.
www. Dot. It's okay. We a whole hour and 2 minutes in. That nervousness should be gone by now. www. Dot
Goldrocks.info.
gold
Goldrocks.info.
rock.
I just think that it's so funny. I
So
can't find
spell
it
it
on
out just to make sure it's right. So it's
www.
G O
GOLD www goldrocks.info. Listen, I'm about to get the correct spelling for you.
GOLDROCKSTAR.info.
I'm about to get the correct spelling for you. All right, hold on. Okay. And I'm sending you my link right now. My link for it. I'm sending it to you. Okay. And it's W.
Somebody told me that I need to hit Fiji up because all I drink is Fiji water, and every time I'm doing my podcast, I'm always seeing Fiji. Fiji, let's do something.
Yes, it's www. It's actually it's www therealmoney.info. That's the right spelling. I'm sending that to you. It's
And what is this
www.
for?
That's for GS Partners. That's how you can find out about all the information because the videos is right there.
Okay, www dot
www www.the realmoney.info.
got it.
All right.
All right. So tell them about GS9. Tell them about the cryptocurrency. Tell them about wealth builders
Or New
that
Wapu. Yeah. Both. Well, I've been a wealth builder partner for about 4 months. I'm just learning a lot of stuff about the crypto. They have a beautiful platform, like you can learn while you earn. It's like and they have so many classes. Like if you miss a class, you can get a class. But it's just a platform. It's teaching you so much about how to gain wealth and how to learn about this crypto. They have all these different master teachers, and they're super. The listen, our people are amazing. We got some of these young people are like incredible with this cryptocurrency, just explaining and teaching this to us. It's like they're teaching us where to put our money, where to invest our money, and it's like incredible. I'm around millionaires all the time, and it's in a great
mm-hmm,
space, and it's for us to build up. And I like to be around so many black people, the unity around these people, and
mm,
they meet up every day. They serious about their money, and it's just the motivation every day, and I like it, and I like it, and I like this, and I like
I remember
learning.
I remember we was on a morning call, and that's another thing that I like, that how they also have meditation. Also, so
Yes.
be meditating and making money at the same time. And I remember we were on a morning call, and everybody was talking about, their good news and things of that nature. And one of the chicks had made $40,000 that week.
Yes.
We
Yes.
was like, what? $40,000? Where you
Yes.
where you was mining at? What you did to get that?
Yes.
What certificate did you do? And I was like, hold on, wait a minute now.
And they're
I'm doing
making
the
money
wrong
like
thing
that.
over here. Yeah,
Yes, and
so
right
it's a
now
beautiful thing.
they got something right now. Like for example, I just bought a metaverse certificate, and I know everybody don't know about metaverse, but I just got a certificate right now. This certificate, I loaded with 132 G99 coins, which I have enough G99 coins. Say for example, and they right now G99 coins are like point 0.4 cents. So it's like you can buy like thousands of them, but when it flips over like the Bitcoin, when it flips, because the Bitcoin was only 4 cents too, and that coin just turned to a quarter or something like that, or a dollar, I'm straight. I'm like, I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be living all right. But you put those coins, you load the certificate, and you're mining. Right now, they're paying you 300% to your dollar right now. So if I put in $100,
Mm,
they're matching me 300% for the next 7 years.
mm.
So each of my certificates have been,
Wow.
my money is working for me. I gave my money a job. That's all I did. I don't
I
need
know
you to
that's
just,
right.
I don't need you sitting around me here doing nothing over here. I need you to be working for me. Give thanks and praises.
I know that's right.
I need you to have a job. I don't know why you hanging
Some
around me.
praises, yes. And
Right.
you know what? We should all be thinking like that. We all need
Yes.
to be thinking like that. Before we leave out, you, because you a Nuwapian first, or a sacred woman first?
My king is Nuwapian. I became a Nuwapian right after I ascended from Sacred Woman. After I did Sacred Woman
Mm,
first, and I did Nuwapu second. I went through OES. Um, I went through OES October of 2017. Yes, can't really talk
okay,
about my initiation, but that's secret.
I get it. Understand.
But yes,
But I wanted to say thank you, thank you. Go ahead.
you're welcome. Yes,
Thank you. I
you're
want to say
welcome.
thank you for coming on. I know it was for you. Um, because I know you're camera shy, but you have a
Yes,
beautiful story. We're gonna have a part two, because this, I guess, this was just a
a warm
breaking
up.
wind. This was a warm up, because your story really has to be told, um, and it needs to be told like how you was telling me when we were just on the phone with me and you. You have a beautiful story, of how you dug yourself out of the mud, from a drug dealer, to a stripper. You're a healer. You're a healer, um, in all many different ways. Now you're successful with cryptocurrency. So you're not selling drugs or dancing. You like you're about this healing life. You're about this cryptocurrency. Where the next coin? Where my G99 coin at? Where's my mining over here? I'm over here. You mining in Dubai and all these different countries, making money, and it's a beautiful thing. And I just want to say thank you for coming on, because I know how tough it was for you. But the fact that you did this, it means a lot for me, and I greatly appreciate you. So thank you for coming on and blessing my show. I love you much.
Mwah. I love you too.
I love you too. So take care. tell your king again I said thank you, and give your foster daughter a really big hug. And if she's watching, you have a really good mom. You are really blessed to have a mom that you have now. All right, so I love you, and I'll talk
And
to you
she's
very, very
vegan.
soon. Take care.
And she's vegan now too.
Huh?
And she's vegan
And
after
she's
3
vegan now.
weeks.
Would you look
Yep.
at that? Look at, and she's
7-year-old
loving it,
vegan.
isn't she?
Yes, she is. She absolutely loves it.
Beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. So I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you soon, and you on, okay?
All right. Thank you. I give thanks,
Take
family.
care. Take care.
Bye. Peace.
Peace. All right. Yeah, so that was a sacred woman practitioner, Catherine. I know it was a struggle for her, to get on and talk about her journey. But the fact that she actually did get on and talk about it, I'm very grateful for her. That was one of my biggest hangups to me getting over, the fear of public speaking. But it's just like I have so much to say, How can I be afraid to tell my story? And what I have to say is, what made me get over that fear was Queen Afua at my rites of passage. We had to get up there and do our own drama. I had to write something out and I had to form my drama. Now, mind you, I was already booked for 3 shows to do spoken word. And I said, I have so much to say. I have to get this poetry out of my system, and going through that rites of passage and getting my words out, and performing on that stage. I said, it ain't no turning back, baby. So with that being said, if you're not doing nothing Tuesday nights, and if you in New York or the tri-state area, I am featuring, yes, yours truly is featuring at Hexagon Lounge. Yes, that's 318 West 142nd Street at 6:30. It starts at 6 p.m. Come through, come get the vibes. There'll be other poets there, but I am featuring that night. So everybody is coming to see me. I'm a little nervous, But I just want to thank you. I want to thank PG Music on. I want to thank Brother Earl for giving me the opportunity to be able to go there and just do what I was born to do. Do my spoken word. So I'm really grateful, and I'm quite nervous about that. You know, I also want to say over the weekend I had the numerology reading. King Simon is one of my closest and dearest friends, and numerology was always in my life, and he's always telling me, to do readings, and he was giving me tips and things of that nature. But like I was saying about earlier about that word trust, you know, um, how the universe is always saying to me, trust. You don't have to worry about anything. One of my sacred sisters had hit me up, and she said, "E-toy," because I'm always talking about numbers, and I had broke some things down to her a couple of months ago, but that wasn't nothing serious. And she had she wanted me to do a numerology chart for her, and I did it. And it was for her and for someone else. It was a group chart, and I rocked it. So yes, I'm doing numerology charts now. They are 30 minutes for $100. Yes, I'll tell you what your life path is, what's your personal year, what does your name mean, with the energies of your name. And thing about numerology is we all have numbers some way somehow, but it just depends on what energy that you are vibrating with. There's higher energies and there's lower energies. So if you choose to deal in the lower energy, that's on you, but you can always choose to heal yourself with the positive energy. With that being said, here go my teacher, King Simon. Even though I'm doing numerology charts now, I have to talk about him. Hit up King Simon, for numerology reading. If you don't trust me, He's professional. He's been doing this for, at least for 30 years. 347-496-1022. Yes, 347-496-1022. And on in August, I will be opening up. Yes, me, Etoy. I will be opening up for King Simon, Ellison, and Lloyd Strayhorn. Do y'all know who Lloyd Strayhorn is? He is the king of numerology. He the one that taught King Simon. How to do numerology. Yes. So I'll be opening up for them at Nicholas BK on Saturday, August 27th. Be there. At Nicholas is always a party. It's always a vibe. But it's always family. So I just want to say thank you, 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 thank you. And on Monday, this Monday, I'll be presenting in Harlem. Um, and I want to say thank you to this group because they always have been supportive of me. Buy Black Network NYC, Mark Alston. Such a beautiful team, such a beautiful guy. I just want to say thank you to him. On Monday, I'll be presenting on June 27th at 246 Lennox, and also they need vendors. Every time I vended with this group here, I always made a bunch of, but the main thing was I always made great connections. It was always great networking. So that's Monday, June 20th from 5 to 11 p.m. at 246 Lennox Avenue in Harlem. Hit up Mark Alston. He's on Facebook. His name is Mark Alston. Hit him up if you are a vendor, if you're an entrepreneur, if you want to present, you want to vend, hit him up. So with that being said, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for always tuning in every Thursday at 8 p.m. I'm very grateful. Doing this podcast is actually healing for me because I was struggle. And I figured that when I went through my struggle, I said, this has to be talked about here because mental health is like a taboo. Nobody wants to talk about it because everybody wants to be so strong, and that's okay. But everybody needs a hug every now and then. Everybody needs to see that it's not just me going through it. So that's one thing on Empress Nuwba because of her journey. You will look at her and see her as a single woman and she's doing spiritual work, but you wouldn't think she had a past like that. She doesn't like to talk about it. She's very camera shy, but her story needs to be heard. When we off camera, she goes in, she tells her story. But I understand that she's nervous, and when I get on shit, I'm still I'm still nervous. I still jumble over my words, but it's okay because we're gonna have her back on where she's gonna go in deep in detail, and she needs to write that book to tell her story. So I want to say thank you again. Next week we're gonna have Jamila on, and she's gonna tell her story about her being in the streets. And this one here, she's gonna talk, about her being a drug dealer. You know, her running with them boys, and she turned into a spiritual. But the thing about Jamila, she real hood and spiritual. I love her. That's my sister. That's my sister. I love her down. Yes, she makes beautiful, beautiful jewelry. Let me just show some pieces that she makes. I'm kind of giving it away. But my guest next week make jewelry. Yes, she makes all these beautiful pieces here. I hope y'all can see it. Yes, spiritual, and she's hood, and she's still, she will pray for you, but you better not cross her. And that's the type of people that I need in my life, real people. So yes, stay tuned next week. Yeah, we speak to Jamila next week about her life in the streets and her mental health. So I want to say thank you for tuning in, thank you for your support, thank you for your likes, thank you for your shares. Etoy, it's an experience on YouTube. Etoy is an experience on Instagram. Etoy is an experience on Facebook. Thank y'all, and I appreciate y'all. I say.